Hi, I'm Mark Cleghorn from the Photographer Academy, and today we're talking about how you can create animation for your product photography. Now, this isn't just designed for photographers. This is kind of designed for people who are professional, kind of looking at adding social media content. This is ideal for kind of companies who kind of have their own little kind of photography element to their business, and they're trying to bring some sexiness to their everyday product. I've kind of got some kind of an example here for a minute. So this is just 3 what is referred to as frames chevrons. They're samples of frames by one of our suppliers, Kaleidoscope Framing, in fact. And what I want to do is create something better than just this. Now, this is good for catalogue and, so on, but obviously it needs to be cleaned up yet and so on. But really what I want to create is something more vigorous, if you look on screen now, that will kind of catch people's eye in the likes of social media activity and so on, all right? So this is what I want to be showing you how to do. It's probably, when you first do it, around about a 10-minute task. The way I'm doing it today, you basically need Photoshop or Photoshop elements to actually be able to do it. But in the same way, you could do it with your iPhone and the likes of a GIF creator, because that's technically what we're looking in front of us is not a video, it is a GIF. And it's kind of an animation. I want to kind of show you how simple this is to do, all right? So let's kind of switch this one off for a minute. I'm just going to come back into my Capture the software, just to give you an idea. Now, you could photograph this in a window. I'm using more of a professional setup today. So I'm using a big kind of softbox here, which is really designed to actually be a background, but I use it as a light source. This allows me as a photographer to kind of shoot from the beginning of the day to the end of the day in the same kind of quality. And I've got some flash or strobe kind of from one end bouncing on the back of this, kind of gives me lovely soft illumination, like a big window light and things. So you could be doing this yourself. I'm using a professional kind of DSLR. I'm using professional strobe, but remember, you could be doing this on the likes of an iPhone with daylight as well. Number 1 tip is basically try and get a big light source where possible, a big window. And then, because on the opposite side of the product, it's going to get quite dark, use the likes of a reflector. This could be a big white sheet, or it could be aluminum kind of cooking foil. It could be a real host of anything else with it. As it is, I've just kind of got a reflector on here. I've got some cards from the craft shop, so no big expense going on. And basically, once I've got my camera in the flat lay position, that's this flat above looking down. Flat lay comes from the kind of the book design. We kind of do this with cakes. In fact, that's what we've been shooting first thing today, is this exact animation for a cake company as well. Anyway, let's have a look at the first shot, all right? So basically, my kind of frames are in place. I've kind of meted up in the professional way to actually give me the kind of look and feel. Now, what I need to do is create myself a range and a variety of images that I want to actually put into this kind of animated look. So let's kind of all of a sudden just fully adjust things, all right? Then we kind of, every single image, we just move. Like in stop frame animation, we just move one thing or more things within the frame to create the look and feel. So now we kind of just, perhaps here, and now let's just make sure that this grey one comes into the frame more, a little bit more, move the white ones out just a touch, and the black ones as well, just keeping a little bit of the colour. So have a little bit of a thought about what you're doing. I'm shooting directly to a laptop, so I can see on a big screen, I'm not sure if it's in your shot or not, but what I've got now is basically this frame doing a little bit of a rotation. I try and bring my hand back to my gut all the time to avoid it being in the photograph, because then I've got to do some more Photoshop work and things. So you can see what I'm doing. Let's join those together and move those now in a rotation. Not done that before, that looks quite nice. I'll soon see what it looks like in the rotation as well. I think I should have moved the black at the same time. And I think that's enough. So let's kind of come back across then to the kind of the capture stage. And at this stage, I'm going to go and remove myself from what I'm in, and I'm going to go into the Photoshop environment. Now, I mentioned to you, you don't have to have Photoshop. You could be doing this in a kind of a more basic way. I'm sure there's an Instagram store, a story method, or a GIF creator of some kind that you can get for your iPhone. But really what you want to do, if you can, is actually fix the camera above. Even if it's you're taping it down with a bit of gaffer tape and you're just kind of pressing the shot all the time. Please protect the screen though. But you'll be able to actually look down. So these aren't the images that we just did, in fact. I need to bring them into Photoshop. So first of all, let me just close all down. I don't want to save that. There's no need. I'm just going to go into File, and I'm going to go into Scripts, and I go into Load Files into Stack. What this means now, once I kind of click on Browse, and I go and kind of choose my images. So let me go and choose my folder. How to create animation, there we go, capture, and there's all my photographs. I'm going to start from here, in fact, and then I'm going to just drag all the way down, select all those images, and I'm going to press OK. Now, once I've done that, Photoshop is going to just take a little bit of time to load them first of all into this side window. Now, I'm using just a regular laptop here, so there's no fanciness going on at all with it and things. Once I've kind of loaded them in, I'm just going to press OK. And then Photoshop is going to do its stuff. Now, in Photoshop, there's a thing called layers. And basically, it's kind of stacking things on top of each other. And what is below is hidden unless it's kind of has a blend mode or it's a transparency to the one below and things, really. So as you can see coming in on the right-hand side, these are just all the different kind of photographs we just took, kind of being loaded into this one big kind of selection of images. Now, every photograph that I just took, when it's opened up, is like 28 megabytes in size, and you don't need anywhere near this as far as the kind of the quality or the Photoshop that you're going to be, output that you're going to have. So, in fact, I'm just going to cheat straight away, and I'm just going to go in and go into image and image size, and I'm just going to reduce these down to, say, 33%. Photoshop really likes percentages like 50%, 25%, 33% to work fast. It doesn't mean you can't do 21%, but it just works a little bit slower in its process. So once I've kind of just done the kind of the cheating part, I would probably, if I was you, would basically save this file. I'm not going to, but I'd need to save it as a PSD document because there's different layers on the right-hand side. I'll show you how to export this GIF in a minute. The first thing I need to do, though, is create an animated GIF from within Photoshop. So I'm just going to click on Windows here, and what I need to do is make sure that timeline has got a tick. If it has, you'll then actually see it by here. And once it's there, if it's with the drop-down arrow, if it's selected on Create Video Timeline, you don't want that. You want, as I said, Create Frame Animation. So you click on this one, then you just click on Create Frame Animation, and that will add one to it. The only negative to do with what you're going to see is it basically, it starts in the reverse. So in other words, the last frame is going to be the first frame it sees in the stack. You can either kind of reorder these yourself, reorder it by changing all the file names as it brings it in and so on, but that's really down to you. All I'm going to do is make it nice and quick and click onto these three little lines, and then all I'm going to do is click Make Frames from Layers. Now, Photoshop straight away will add all of that right-hand column of layers down onto the timeline for me, and pretty much straight away you can see that it's created my animation. Now, I can go ahead and if I just stop that for a minute, I can either change one or all, or more, as it were, in its time. So if you click onto the drop-down, you'll see that as is, you can change the kind of the timings that's going on. So it's 0.1 second, 0.2, or no delay, and so on with it. All right, as it is, you can see on mine it's no seconds, so that is the default on all of these. If I wanted to adjust them all, I would just click on one, and then basically at the beginning, whoops, wrong button, just select on the one, drag right up to the end, click onto all of those frames, then click on one of them, it doesn't matter which, and then it's from here you can basically go ahead and actually change its animation. As it is, I do want it on 0 seconds though, yeah? Right, I'm ready, in fact. File, export, and then we're going to go to save for web. And just while that's kind of bringing it all those layers in, it is all there, as you can see. I'm just going to click save. By default, if you're having a problem, frame animation. Just do that as one. Let's press save. If your camera is auto-rotating images, you might have an issue where basically some of your images are in vertical and other images are in horizontal and so on. So I'd suggest if you're doing a lot of this in a day that you switch the auto-rotation off. So it means guaranteed you're not having to actually have a sneaky vertical image, which will obviously change it, in this case, from a rectangle to the likes of a square image as it tries to even everything up. So in my documents here, if I just kind of look for frame animation, there we go, frame animation 1. And straight away, this is now our quick product photography. So if you thought that making more interesting product photography is just for the professionals or the high-end shops, then basically, you know, create this for your own social media each week, each month, and obviously you're going to get a lot more kind of views and a lot more clicks. So I'm Mark Clegg for the Photographer Academy. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.